friends, enemies, lovers, and rivals. Welcome to episode 42 of the Great Pendragon campaign. I'm Eric, your illustrious MC and host extraordinaire. Joining me are brave two companions, Colin and Jim. Jim, how are you doing today?
Doing great. So I got the Christmas tree set up. My brain has been purged of all the toddler television I watched this weekend. The train shows, the Super
Literal
Wings.
Room 101.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're all made by the same production company.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to some violent Dark Ages Britannia.
Yeah. Was it on YouTube? Is that the YouTube Kids TV show that you watched? Is it all made by one company?
I don't know. YouTube is
bet you it is.
Bottomless hole.
Yeah.
But, try to keep away from it. It's a cesspit, really. I don't know why anybody watches it.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like one giant kid megacorp, production studio just pumping out all the train shows.
Everything in our life is made by the same five corporations. Like
Certainly.
G.
I got bought out years ago. You know.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, my mom was a holding company.
There you go. Everybody's an LLC.
Yeah. What do you call your kid's a little LLC? How many LLCs do you have? Oh, he's going on 7.
Right.
Oh, wow. You start talking to him about mergers and acquisitions.
He's a pass-through. You know?
Honey, we need to talk. I want to go public.
Oh God.
Hi. Welcome to the podcast.
Yep.
All right. Hey everybody. We're remarking. Hope everyone's having a great Monday. And just how much joy it is that random people will come in and say that we've been watching, and they finally caught up. I love that. Love to see it. It's frankly Herculean to sit through us for so many hours, but you do it and you show up here. It's incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoy your time.
Yeah, because there will be a test.
Yes.
There will absolutely.
Merlin will turn you into a fish, and you better know the right answer. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. So I have a poem for today, and for everyone who watched last night's prep, hopefully you're here for clenching your butts. It's Emily Dickinson in this round. Superiority to fate is difficult to learn. It's not conferred by any, but possible to earn. A pittance at a time, until, to her surprise, the soul, with strict economy, subsists to paradise. It is a poem, as far as I can tell, it's been a little while since I did literature, is about the soul being cool. And that whatever happens, you got your soul. And that's going to continue. That remains. All right.
Sounds ominous.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Opening scenes. Here we go. The opening salvo. We open on the lands of Winterborn Gunnet in the midst of a terrible storm.
Just totally fine. In the midst of everything is okay. Got it. Cool. Moving on. Jim, what sounds like there's a storm in Chalderton.
Weird. Yeah, it sucks for you. For the record, there is a storm all across Salisbury, but we have zoomed in for this moment. It is full of wind and lightning and thunder. The thatching of your peasants' houses is coming undone. Your own manor quakes with each lightning strike. You feel it in your own bones. This is by far the worst storm in any memory you've had. Even Morgan there. Morgan's desperately trying to write and keep things from flying out the windows as they're trying to chronicle what's going on here. But you, the keeper of Winterborn Gunnet, you watch as fire begins to spread despite the rain and the wind. A field gets torn up, and your bakery falls apart.
Fuck.
So you have lost 2 houses, a bakery, and a field this year. Your peasants are livid about this, and going forward this year, you'll have a +7 to hatred.
Fuck.
Yikes.
Man, I didn't call down the storm. I'm going to build them a new bakery.
Yeah, they lost their Panera.
Gonna get someone in who can do focaccia. They'll be fine.
Peasants just don't understand.
Yeah. So I mean, the millstone's okay, but everything else is completely destroyed.
Millstone's okay. Millstones, we can
Millstones don't
rebuild.
go anywhere. Yeah, we find millstones. Millstones are easy. They're heavy as fuck, and they don't go. They tend to not go anywhere. Like, yep, that's the mill. Or it was a giant machine of war with one wheel that just sat here forever.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that fucking sucks.
Yes.
Wow.
Furthermore, you find on the road, you are alarmed by one of your emissaries that there is a dead knight who is riding through you in the storm.
This is like after the storm.
Yeah, right. That's
All right.
It's only a couple hours later, right? It's still dark and
go take a look.
it's Sir Frayed, your old squire, the son of Sir Elad. He's rode here alone, and he is dead. Him and his horse were struck by lightning.
Okay.
For the most part, most of everything he has on him is mostly ruined, but like obviously you could take his arms and armor if you wanted to. But
absolutely not.
I'm sure you could give it to you probably don't give it to his dad. But yeah, Duplain is now heirless.
Oh, the old Gareth just got a huge politics boner.
There's a burnt message on him, like the wax seal, and is unrecoverable. Right? Like it's literally just splorched. Right? Like the rain seeped through the vellum and it's just gone.
But whoever sent it doesn't know that.
Correct.
Okay. Gotta make Colin is more invested in than this than the new Gareth. Gotta keep that in mind. Yeah. So Gareth's gonna send off the message immediately. Like no time to waste. Sure. Send one of the household knights even.
Oh, cool. To send it. Yeah. All right. So Father Tiermore or help you get it all squared away.
Yeah.
Is it Duplain or Devise?
Sir Elad is his son. So that's
okay.
Did I misspeak? I probably misspoke.
I thought that was Sir Amig.
That's Amig. No, Elad's the marshal's son. That's not up Avon. I misspoke. Apologies.
It is not on. Yeah, I have updated the hex map. It is not labeled on the hex map.
Oh, well, me frantically looking around for the answer on the hex map. Hex map. It was moot then. Okay, but yes, that is.
Isn't he the marshal is also the Castellan of Tilshead?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
how I always remember him.
You got it. Right. So not a great time.
Yeah, that's less directly politically useful because it's not the asshole who Gareth dislikes. But that's a big deal for someone as influential in Salisbury as fucking Marshall.
Yep. And Erwin, as you are trying on the next your round of your hauberk, you find it to be a little bit ill-fitting. Despite your maintenance, it will require additional work this year. And in fact, some of the chains are rusting off, and despite your maintenance and best kept efforts and your lifestyle, sorry to punish you for living with a normal lifestyle. But the fate says it.
Fate says it.
Each year after your armor is wearing out, despite your best benefits. Each year after this one, it will grant a -1 cumulative penalty. So to obtain a new set of armor will cost you 2 librum. So
okay,
or kill someone and take theirs, I guess. And
I've got 3 extra hanging around from people.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
So,
all right.
I mean, we'll get it fixed because these need to go to others. But
I mean,
he has others he can wear this year.
I was gonna say hey, your son got hit by lightning and it just took his chainmail right off his body. It's a miracle.
Yeah. Gareth, actually, I will request that you do make a roll for me. So you have the opportunity of getting a check for this, for me asking you to do this. But do something about peasant fairy lore for me. About seeing Sir Elad.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Despite how much I've interacted with the supernatural, Gareth has remained remarkably disinterested.
Yeah. Well, your peasants think that this was a curse and that this is all part of the story. That,
I'm not sure that Gareth disagrees.
Yeah, but I mean, the necromancer memes have finally died off, so you have that to thank. But now they hate you. They just think that you're a wizard, summoning lightning, and they literally are asking you what they did wrong, and they're asking Tyramore what happened. It's those damn Sax, they think it's the Saxons calling it down on them, and where's God, and etc.
So hate of landlord is currently at 7.
Yeah,
Well,
as soon as you build the bakery, though, it will drop by 3.
That's good.
Also, note that your field is down, so you're actually going to lose $1 of income this year. The way that's going to work is that you're just not going to get your +1 money. Okay.
So
just note that, because that's going to probably come up next session. But yeah, not great. Not a great start of the year, for you all.
Could be better.
Yeah. Look, sometimes you get a lucky cat. Sometimes you get a lightning strike.
I've never gotten a lucky cat.
Yes,
Jim's gotten like 3.
Yeah.
Popping out of the woods left and right.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right. If there's nothing else to do for this spring, we will be moving on to the Easter feast.
Everyone would like to go wolf hunting again.
Yeah? Nice. Okay. Let's do it.
Just anybody around can join us. You want to ride around and hunt some wolves, Gareth?
Yeah. And then Gareth also has something he wants to do before the feast, is start sussing out where this letter might have come from.
Okay. How are you going to suss out where this weather came from? Morgan?
Well, Morgan probably. Relationships. We know where he was passing through, and we know where he's from, right? So between those 2 points, trying to extrapolate if it's anyone in my area, I'd know about it, presumably, right? If it's a member of the Confederation, so it's outside the Confederation, it's on the east side of the map, it has to do with someone on the west side that actually starts to narrow down which ambitions could be colliding or the like.
Yep. Well, as you continue to ponder that, let's get some hunting checks.
Yeah. Oh,
hey,
success.
Oh,
not for real.
Yeah. So then this will be Gareth who finds what I'm about to describe. So we're at that seminal part of a hunt, again, when everyone gets split up, as you do, as every hunt goes. And there are no wolves for you to find here, Gareth. Not today. Not this time. But you do find a man, bedraggled, nearly naked, mired in cuts and mud and dried blood, laying on some sort of thatched leaf kind of stuff with some fur and some travel bags kind of nearby. He sees you, and before he does anything, he staggers back and says, No, my lord, listen. No. Listen, I'm a knight. And what do you do?
What's your name, good sir? And he's gonna get off the horse, and pull his bedroll off the back and
Sir Amlin, knight from the lands of Rydachin. I'm sworn to a Sir Gareth of Wondershoot Gunnet. Winterborn. Yes, that's the one. Yes. Please,
Not
I beg of
above.
you, please show mercy. I am so please.
I look like I'm about to cut you down. I'm not, for the record. And I'm gonna hand him the blanket.
And he doesn't know how to respond when you say, well, what do you think? Why would I cut you down? You make an intrigue test.
I think Don't mind if I do. Intrigue.
Yeah.
Success.
Your boy is desperately acting sus and guilty about something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
come, let's get you fed, cleaned up, cared for.
And who are you?
Perhaps you can tell me what your business is with Sir Gareth of Winterbourne Gunnet.
Yes,
I'm
of
a
course.
friend to Sir Owen of Chalderton in this area.
Good. I'm afraid I don't know where I am.
You're in the lands of Chalderton, a bit north of where you want to be. Salisbury, indeed.
Oh, good. Then, do you know Sir Gareth? I met him only once. He's actually married my sibling.
Many people know Sir Gareth. Your sibling, Lady Angarad.
Yes.
Out of character.
Yeah, this is him. This is your guy. This is the ruler of Pinnacle, assumed dead. He was killed in a raid, but apparently not. And he's found himself down here.
Are you a godly man?
As good as any Briton, you know. I assume at this point you're like cut to them like with a blanket around him eating soup, you know.
Yeah.
Like back at base. And obviously Gareth would Erwin would be here too and stuff.
Yeah.
But no sign of the wolves. Look, I'm certainly godly, but I don't know. Look, things are. I don't think anyone would believe me. I don't even think the priest would believe me. What I have to retail.
We are strong on belief in this area. I think there's no tale that you could tell which we would not countenance. I had tell that Angarad's sibling died tragically in a raid.
Well, I am still here. My lord, I believe you were misinformed then. And I assume Erwin's here. Erwin, you get the impression that when he says like my lord and stuff, he hasn't introduced this is Gareth he's talking to.
Yeah,
just so you know,
I'm trying to give you, like, I'm playing dumb right now,
and I want you to know that I'm fucking loving it because this is like this dramatic irony shit is like in every single Arthurian story.
Of course.
So like I'm just thank you.
Bring me to the Lord of Bertilac. It's like, oh, I know the Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you, he's an asshole. And blah, 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 blah. And the next thing you know, you're a goldfish. So. All right. So, you guys. So, yeah, I don't think you've barely met Sir Omlin. So, like, when he's talking about this stuff, yeah, he fits the description. But then again, this guy looks like he's like a burly wild man, right? Like he's been out here in the middle of nowhere.
He said he met me. I'm like, man, I think I never met you before.
No, you met him like. We never have formally described it, but you've had to have probably met him during your wedding, right? But
and giving him the
right.
Yeah, although that could all be done by proxy. So
I feel like probably the giving of the manor was done by proxy.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
right? But all things considered, So he goes, well, no doubt that word was spread. No one remained of my companions. We were tracking down a band of Saxons, raiding across the lands. No doubt the Angles have reached down here to your fair country as well a few times.
More than once?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say.
Oh.
I worry, in fact, that we have become used to their lack of presence here in Salisbury. Become lax in our preparations against the pagan hold.
No way. He like looks around and he's like, no, you're a man, you're a strong man, and the person that my partner, or I guess sibling married, I don't know what we would call him, my sibling married is was a strong man and cunning. He bested the Silchester, Lord Soterius. There's no way Saxons would catch you by surprise.
He has paid quite a lot of money to have his reputation inflated by bards. In truth, I hear it tell that the best part of Sir Gareth is his friends.
Yeah. Well, would your friends like to regale you of a tale of me and my companions?
Hear it?
Oh. While we were skirmishing with the Saxon menace, one night we lay down for camp, and we were beset by a pack of wolves with a bestial anger you've yet to ever see. They bit my companion Zartinger badly in the arm, and I got scratched a little, but we kept up, and that's when we found one of the Saxons. Looks like they've also met these wolves. And, well, we began to fear that these wolves may be even of the devil himself. There's something not right with them. Well, we turned back, and that's when I'm afraid consciousness failed me. And here I am.
Ah, fuck.
Where is it? Where are you in Reddit chat when this happened?
Oh, it must have been quite a league from Pinnacle. Off close to Modestburg, whatever the name of the thing. Well, in my notes for where that tower was.
Medborn?
Medborn, thank you. I knew it was an M.
Medborn.
Look, man, there's a lot of stuff. And
There's a lot to
I'm not
go
always
on,
the
yeah.
best. The forest of names and NPCs that I have.
Sure.
But yeah, it was close to Medborn.
How long ago
Terrible dreams.
was his disappearance?
Like 6 months to a year.
Okay,
Basically,
yeah, like it's been a while.
It's been a passion thing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Very much.
All right. Like I know how that goes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, Sir Hamlin, you're among friends now.
Oh, good.
For any who are related to Gareth by birth, by kith or kin, you're welcome and safe within the lands of the Confederation of the Born.
By the grace of God, I don't know how I survived this time, so your generosity and your mercy has been super appreciated, and please forgive me if I don't want to sound rude, but do you happen to have any more additional meat around? I'm famished.
I think likely Owen does. Out of character. This dude's a fucking werewolf, isn't he?
It seems like it.
Maybe.
I'm getting big Bisclavret vibes here.
Yes. Very much so.
Hey, cool. I'm glad I'm not the only one picked up on that. The meat sealed it. Before that, when he took the time to mention that he got scratched a little, it's like, it's always just a little, just enough.
It's just a little, yeah.
Well, so he doesn't know what happened to his other companions. He assumes that they also they they either left him around or they were perished, and yeah.
Ed or enthralled by the Saxons. Cannot envy them in either case.
How long have you been in
What would you do?
the forest?
Bray, the first time I met your companion here, that was the first time I heard of the year. When I fell, it was still the year 503? Early. It's in the spring. Now, let me ask you, what would you do? Knights of Salisbury. Would you leave an injured companion if it meant saving yourselves?
Historically, no. I have not done that.
Sure. But if you were riding out and Saxons were hounding you, would you leave your injured in order to survive?
Can't say I've ever been in that position. So I'm not sure I could give you an honest answer. Sounds like
I'm
there's
not
something
asking.
on your mind, though, or your conscience.
Yes, I don't know if I should be angry or grateful. I don't know if I would do if... I feel like it would have a certain bond between, I don't know what the word would be, a camaraderie amongst my fellow knights, but to die for something so pointless in a time like this. I don't know. He's kind of just musing.
Yeah.
About it. God,
Warriors have died for much better and much worse reasons.
Yeah.
And they shall.
So, yeah. So,
Till kingdom come.
yeah. So he doesn't know if he feels angry or not about it. Basically, like this is the first time his senses are kind of coming back to him. So he's kind of like digesting his meal while also digesting his companions and maybe what he thinks happened to them.
Yeah.
I think I shall escort you to see Angarad.
Oh, good. And then perhaps I could talk to Sir Gareth. Perhaps he could get me well dressed and perhaps on my way back to Pinnacle.
I shall not swear oaths, but I'm very confident that Gareth shall take care of you. You are indeed his family.
And you are a generous friend.
Well,
thank you.
I'm a friend.
Does Gareth have an escort with him?
I figure if we went hunting, right?
Yeah, your squire at least.
Squire at least. Not like the full train, I don't imagine.
Uh-huh.
This is probably a day trip that ended up running long.
Right.
This is something you would only bring like your friends to, right? Like, everyone knows you have a boat, but it doesn't mean you invite everyone, right? Like this is like you want to go wolf hunting? Like that's not everyone's cup of tea.
Not everyone's cup of tea, yeah. I think I'd send Malengel with Gareth. Just the roads are dangerous.
Yeah. Especially we've already had one Lord Banneret's son die on the road. Let's not risk it.
Also, thank you for
fucking hellhounds. They've left Chalderton. They're heading northeast.
Yeah.
Thank you for none of you saying, "Wow, you're finally awake." Not even last night's storm could wake you. But
cursed.
It is cursed. Yes. This is him in the flesh, and so I think we have that sort of resolution denouement when it realizes that when Angarad, siblings reconnect, and then they turn and see that Angarad takes the hand of the friend of
just full on making out with Gareth.
Yep, just full on. That's what I meant by taking the hand of the horse.
Gareth is generous. Okay, dog.
So that was lovely. All right, feast time?
Yeah, feast.
Unless there was something, I believe, I don't want to move past what you were going to do, Garrett, though.
No. I was just going to put out feelers.
Sure.
Trying to figure out where this dude was before he got struck by lightning.
Sure.
Because he was riding through my land. If he was coming from the north, he would have passed through Idmiston, Bascon, Borton, Ellington, right?
Yeah. I'll give you just make a quick intrigue test here, and this will give you a bonus to a skill test in favor of this during the feast.
I figured, yeah. Oh, fuck me.
Okay. Not getting a lot of leads here, so you're just gonna have to test this on your own in the feast.
That's fine.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so a couple notes for the Easter feast this year. Most notably, Lady Jenna is sick and confined to her quarters. She's not doing well. She will be taking no visitors.
We lost one leader to plague before. I don't want to.
Yep.
She's a good one too. Fuck.
All right. Let's go feasting. Why isn't all right. Do I curse the stream even further? I do.
Your stream.
I'm so sorry to do this to you, stream, but we're the Feasty Boys.
Oh no.
Fighting for our right to party.
Oh God.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. You have to do it,
Fuck, I hate it.
Once you got it in you.
Eric.
Like bleeding a wound.
Eric.
So bad. I never cleaned up last time's feast. I'm sorry. All the solo cups are still here. It still smells like dried beer.
Oh shit.
Shuffle. All right, we're good to go now.
All right.
Past the brass monkey.
I'm trying to practice at like getting properly close to my mic. I've been told that makes the sound quality better.
It does. All right, appearance tests. Notable guests at this feast this year. Most notably, Prince Kurdic is here. And a large retinue of Wessex entourage folks.
Kurdic is he's the pseudo-Saxon that we kind of like.
Yeah, the pseudo-Saxon. Yep.
Got it.
The Vertigorn exile Saxons like him.
Okay.
Dude. Yep, Wessex. The island stuff underneath of the Isle of Wight situation. Yeah. Right below.
Cool.
Yep.
And I think Erwin's going to start spending some money on the feast. So he's going to spend 3 for his appearance roll.
Ooh, nice.
Look at that.
Some new duds, because he's looking haggard lately.
Yeah, that
We'll
appearance
see.
goes down.
Finally got to bust out that asbestos rouge, right?
Yep.
All right, both of you are near the salt. Congrats.
I was thinking about it. It's like one of the things about the game is that we behave with our money very anachronistically.
Mm-hmm.
Like I noticed myself just saving all the time. It's just like, I don't know that someone at 504 would be.
No,
saving that
absolutely.
much.
I should have twice as many tapestries as I do.
Easily, yeah.
Tapestries don't exist yet.
Oh, right.
That's the big thing.
Yeah, I guess they don't have the.
That technology tree hasn't been invented yet. The idea of like even tournaments are like brutal and like not as elegant.
Yeah, they're like a spectacle that you like to watch, but they're not a sport.
No.
It's just
It's like when you and your buddies just go out in the backyard and you're like, let's just fight each other.
Yeah, it's the pageantry hasn't been, those forms are yet to come.
Right.
That is what your children get to live through.
Yeah.
Is the forging of those. And then their kids get to play in the great tournament era. Ah, this game. Plus this game.
It's going to be so different.
Yeah, we're going to look back and be like, remember when we were all huddling around trying to survive raids? Yeah. Meanwhile, okay, I declare war on Scotland and let's go.
Let's go.
It's going to be a way different time.
How many rounds is this feast going to go?
Tree.
Okay. Classic 3.
Classic 3 Easter.
Okay. 3-ster.
Yeah, the 3-ster.
Okay.
Duel and 2 others. Let's see. Drunken lout. Drunken knight dancing clumsily bumps into me. Ladies quarrel. 2 ladies are quarreling and the situation has become awkward.
That's a good one.
Possibility for a duel. Glory hound. Why do your friends get all the good opportunities, not this time?
If you drew more than 1 card, you must discard all other cards you drew. You can keep other keeper cards. You may look at each other player's cards before any cards are played this round. Choose 1 card from among theirs and play that card as if you've drawn it. If you do, -1 geniality and reckless.
Ooh.
You get to steal another player's card.
And
What?
do I have to play this one?
If you drew this, I think you can keep it. You can keep this card.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think you get to just like steal it as like a reaction.
Okay. Let's see.
So you essentially use my hand as yours for this round.
It looks like it. Yeah.
If you choose, if you choose that one, yeah.
Well, no, I don't think it.
It doesn't have one of the must-play symbols.
But the language says if you drew more than 1 card, you did. You must discard all other cards you drew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can just not take my cards. I think the second part is entirely optional.
Yeah. Because I don't know that this one fits Sir Erwin. For one,
Yeah.
he is as we establish every winter phase.
I would love to see the ladies quarrel, but I'm into whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Drunken Lout's also good.
Drunken Loudits. Let's see. Just versus arbitrary literally is like 10v10. It would literally be arbitrary. I don't know. I think the one that, you know what? Let's do something interesting. Let's go ladies quarrel.
Okay, let's do it. All right, ladies quarrel. Just versus arbitrary. You help settle their differences amicably. They are discussing. Do I do a justice event for flavor? Sure. Two peddlers are arguing. They're arguing over a dog that cheated at a game. Okay, awesome. They're arguing on whether or not this dog actually knows how to do this trick or not, or like it was just lucky or something, like a gesture trick or something like that. And now they're arguing over whether or not it was like actual skill or whatever, right?
Can you believe it? Ladies of Salisbury.
They're arguing over a pug that can dance on two legs.
All right, here goes.
Not arbitrary.
Arbitrary fails. So does justice.
Okay. Nothing happens of it. You are unable to assist them with...
Can't get a word in edgewise. Okay.
Yes.
What's the world come to?
All right. Colin.
I am trying to decide between Who Are You and Generous Knight.
Who are you? An unknown lady asks you to entertain her during the feast. Lovely.
It's really cool, but like some of these cards, the premise is only super cool. You pass. Otherwise, it's just... And my recognize is low enough where it's not really gonna... I've got a 25% chance of recognizing and getting the cool thing. So I'm actually leaning towards Generous Knight because I think it fits better with the misfortunes I've had, right? And that being an impetus for an older, more generous knight to step in and be like, hey, man, I heard you lost a field and your peasants hate you. Yeah, I'm going to go with Generous Knight.
Nice. So this is you basically get to pass this year for free and live richly.
Yeah.
This is let's tie this back a little bit because that's just what I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe this is part of like Sir Elad? Like extending a sort of like, hey, like, my son died on your lands. I know this isn't like this is just a freak thing. You know what I mean? Who knows what God, like why God did this to me? But like we need to be like, I need friends more than ever at this time, and that kind of thing, right? And
that works for me.
If it means anything to you, I'd be happy. Yeah.
Right. It's it's like look.
Imagine that sort of formality.
We both suffered from the same storm.
Yeah.
I can't bring my son back, but I can fix your fields.
Yeah.
Yep, that works for me.
I think maybe this is also one of the ways that Sir Elad is kind of grieves maybe a little bit, is like focusing on who he can help.
Of course, he spent his whole life taking care of Salisbury.
Yeah.
And now he's having to reckon with the idea that
he couldn't take care of his son.
No one's gonna take care of him now.
Yeah. Right? It's his love language.
I'm definitely gonna like pass the hat around for the like take care of Sir Elad fund. That dude, when he retires,
if you have unlocked a secret option during a feast. If you choose to do that, you forego drawing cards, but you will instantly check your generous. So if you mean it, that's... In fact, no, don't even check it. I think you just raise your generous, and you're overcome by doing it.
Yeah.
To make it spicy.
Could I still do an intrigue check for the thing I wanted to do?
I mean, we have other rounds of the feast, right?
Oh, okay. So it's just like a round is instead of drawing cards, I do this.
Yeah, your
Got it.
generous literally goes up by 1 this year,
Got it.
and you do that for being so moved and
Ahmed, I mean, Eleg's a good guy. He's not like that dick over in the castle.
he's a sheepdog, man. Yeah,
He's the sheepdog. He's the first person I embarrassed myself in front of. No, that was
no.
like
That was your
Lycus.
Yeah, he was Marshall before.
Who's still alive, dude? Like this guy.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. No, Lycus is 1 seat over from Eli.
60 something.
Yes,
Gotta be
He
older than
literally
that.
can't die.
That's gonna be us one day, man.
We wish.
He is a lich fueled by spite. There are
Right.
phylacteries of him scattered across Britain.
Clearly.
All right.
It'll be another 20 years of these characters, and that's just mind-boggling. All right. So I got Chance Encounter. Beautiful lady passes by and whispers in your ear. Chaste versus Lustful. Strange Crone. So an old woman glares at you, speaks aloud, at the eyes of a soldier, the hands of a sheep herder, and the mouth of a merchant. Check to skill if it passed.
Wow.
Put that on my OkCupid profile.
Yeah. Introductions. Famous knight from outside the area asks if you would introduce him to some guests. Recognize, which everyone's got a 3 in.
By the way, the obvious ploy for like the strangers or new people doesn't necessarily have to be people in Salisbury that we can generate. It could just be part of the Wessex entourage. That would work really well.
Yeah.
Because again, like they're like the largest group here, and they clearly have something to say at the end of this round about what's happening
Certainly.
in the world.
I like Strange Crone because this would be like the 3rd time that a Strange Crone has come up to Erwin in a feast and said something cryptic to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably it's part of the retinue of Wessex.
Yes.
Like they sense something great in you.
So if I choose sword and I've got a 20 in the skill, there's no way to fail it.
Hold on. It's true. One thing I was thinking though with Gareth would be the crone goes to Gareth first, and it's like, you there, mighty boy, point me to the most prominent man, and it'd be Erwin instead, and you get just shade thrown on you. But you're too busy giving out handouts, so that's when they catch you. Anyways, you can test sword. I think it can be of any skill, or it's choose a weapon skill.
Yeah, choose a weapon skill. Yeah. I'd love to get a check in sword just to get it because it's been a while since I had it. But at the same time, 20 is respectable.
You have the eyes of a soldier.
Eyes of a soldier. Actually, let's try.
I mean, getting a check to your sword would be sick.
I think I am. Like looking at it because it's Lance. Lance is at 18. I get a check every year for that. And as sweet as it would be to have like axe or something, everyone's a little late in his life to pick up another weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Instant check your sword.
Nice.
5% chance to get it to 21.
Yes.
And you get your second round of geniality.
It's that one.
Yeah, the crone gives you a card as well.
Another strange crone. So.
All right. Garrett, did I hear you right that you're going to do the
Yes.
generosity?
Yes. I did have to power game and make sure that it's one of the ones for the chivalry bonus. So
Hey, that's good.
it is.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. So that's when the crone runs into you. Yeah, because you're going around. You're so moved by this kindness that you want to reciprocate, and so you lead a not quite alms. I'm not sure the right word. It's just a recovery for the Marshal of Salisbury. And that just as he watches over us, we watch over him.
Mm-hmm.
And perfect. Yep. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna interrupt this part for a cutscene. All right. Prince Kurdic goes to leave an announcement and is very upset that the Lady Jenna is not available to hear this announcement. He insists publicly that this is very extremely rude to not receive a peer, right, a fellow dignitary. And that he is forced to announce this to everybody here instead of her, and that this is all your fault.
Who is this that's saying that?
Prince Kurdik, the son.
Okay.
Yeah. His father, or my father, the king, secure with the blessing of Britwalda Aya, I have come to Salisbury and the adjoining lands to ask for your submission.
Hmm.
How well does that go over?
Yeah.
Big grumbles, audible grumbles.
Gareth is like ready to shoot to his feet, and I'm sure Angarad like just puts a hand on his leg. Just like,
Yeah,
honey.
he has come to bet. Yes, he is asking you to bend the knee.
Ask.
Failure.
Not demanded yet. Yeah.
I mean, this is the demand, and now comes the demand.
Yeah.
Or we will seize it, like through the right of law, bend the knee to me, or it will be mine all the same through the right of war.
Oh my god. How fucking bad would it be for Gareth to laugh at this?
Be real bad.
It'd be real bad. Colin wants to cause trouble. Colin wants to cause trouble. Gareth doesn't. Ah!
It would violate the laws of hospitality. Well, no, a fight, a duel would, or anything like that.
A duel would, and that would be inviting a fucking duel.
Yes, it would. But
no, Garrison's going to do that. I think Gareth is going to continue making the rounds, and I think, fuck, this is going to war, man.
Yeah,
it's going to suck.
Well, this whole entourage is like, kind of like circles around him because like they know that like this is a big deal. They don't expect you to do anything to it, but I mean that doesn't mean that people still won't punch each other. You know what I mean? And they call it just a heated, heated roughhousing.
To be clear, this is not how you fucking handle this.
No. Well, yes, but he is so pissed that he couldn't do this with Lady Jenna that basically they can't see him claiming some illness. Like he's taking it personally that he can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I've traveled this whole fucking way and I've been denied visiting her for fucking 3 days. Right? This is bullshit. Fine. And that's when he gets fed up at this feast, right? And that's when it comes out. Right? So he announces it to all. It's a very reckless move. This is something that you are all trained or at least seasoned diplomats through by force, whether or not actual training, right? Very much learning on the job experience. This is not how you quote unquote do it. But he did it.
Okay. So on the one hand, we have no
the Saxon
power to say yes or no.
No. Aya comes so basically he's gonna say, so I expect to hear from you within a fortnight, and then otherwise we'll see you on the battlefield. Don't expect your brothers of Silchester to come to arms for you. They have their own problems.
Yeah, beeline to fucking Erwin. Gareth is like, what the fuck, yo?
And everyone, like, the priests are like, can you do that? I don't think that's, I don't think you could even, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, and I think your conversations in the coming days are going to be very interesting.
And
what do we know about the lands and armies of
Wessex?
We've paid them tribute before.
Yeah.
I thought we paid it every time they've come asking for it.
Yeah.
Every time they've asked, we've never volunteered it.
Yeah. It's also why they haven't attacked you earlier. But now, now they say this is the right time. Basically, with Silchester, being held up, and everything happening around, that this is the right time to make the play.
Sure. It's not exactly as if we'd ingratiated ourselves with Cornwall.
Yeah, like just how it's the right time for you to go after Syagrius or whatever, it's the right time for someone to make a move after you, right?
Yeah, certainly.
So,
they stay?
no, they're gonna be leaving by the end of the day.
If they stay at the feast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I mean, they have hospitality, right?
They have hospitality. Yeah.
But obviously, they're asked to leave by like nightfall, right? Like you're not gonna sleep here, but we can't do anything about you here.
Yeah.
And like
more than anything, that annoys me that they're gonna stay and eat the roast larks.
Yeah, they are.
You know?
They eat the roast larks. And so here's the other like rub of it, right? Like as noble envoys, you don't kill them. Like, you know what I mean? No, like that does not happen.
No.
At all. Even though these people are basically Saxons, like you don't have familiar relations with them like you would other houses, or like. But this is where hospitality is most important of all, and that's why hospitality is like a cross-cultural thing.
It's why I felt comfortable that even as much disrespect as I got over in Saxonland, like I wasn't in danger until I left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So good job.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna take a shit in like the horse feed, right? Like they're not getting
away with it.
free,
Yes, they're absolutely not getting away scot-free.
Dude,
right? The roast larks are gonna be pretty. Back to Britannia.
So the Brett Walda is they've selected their Brett Walda.
Yeah, this happened a couple years ago.
Yeah. I wasn't. I guess because we'd been out of the loop on what was going on in Saxony.
Yeah.
That had sorted
the Saxons.
out.
No, they haven't sorted themselves out. Remember, these are the Angles that are on the north side of the Thames, and then you have the Essex Saxons are on the south side. The south side ones are the ones that you were fighting in 485 in Mercred Creek. Right. They're the ones who like axes. The Angles like spears.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a discrepancy between those two, but they still don't see eye to eye. But the Angles one has declared himself Brett Walder, King Aya.
And what that now that I had that insight into how the Saxons operate, this makes a lot more sense, because if this were us, right? If this were Kimbrick, right, and someone was like, I'm the new Pendragon, right? There would be a fucking crab bucket of people either falling in line or going to fight him. But the Saxons, I think, if someone declares themselves Brett Walda, the only way you challenge that is to become even cooler than they are, right? So like this is someone who needs to be their own swinging dick because there's a Brett Walda. It's like a prompt to new glory, greatness, and self-aggrandizing. That's how they structured it. So like I think Gareth is having that moment like this is gonna fall heavy on us because they all have something to prove now that there's a Brett Walda.
To go back to the business analogy, he's setting his company up to be bought.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this land that I got that you also tacitly gave me permission to go get for you and your name. You should clearly give it to me and then I'm safe, right? Like basically, that he's not, it's a way of like not directly challenging him, but also kind of like, but I could if you know.
Right.
If you did, don't honor giving me these lands, all of a sudden you got another buddy. It's a strong move. But yes, that's exactly what they're doing, and this is what you guys are talking about over the small council, which again, Lady Jenna is not present for. You have heard nothing except the priests haven't left her side. She is not doing well.
Okay. Because that was going to be my potential third round.
Oh,
that's right. We still actually have a feast.
I have an idea. Lady Jenna is not well, and my days of trying to steer the course of Salisbury itself are behind me. Happily so. However, I don't think It's in Salisbury's best interest to fight alone. That doesn't mean that we have anyone we can call in to help us directly. However, I think that perhaps Kurdik has his own enemies. Enemies which may see an advantage to Kurdik leaving his own lands to come to ours. I fear I may have to move very quickly and mostly on my own. I'm to identify these enemies and seek their support.
What do we have to offer them? These enemies of Kurdik.
The riches of the Angles. Right. That's my immediate instinct is like, if Kurdik is going to invade us, if we can find one of his enemies and be like, dude, now.
Yeah.
Then whatever campaign comes down on us, it's going to get short-stopped.
Right.
I'll lay out the situation. I'll remind you all of the current tactical situation that's going on. I'll take you over to the ESPN presents battle map of Britain. All right, as you can see here, it's vaguely color coded. You have the yellow line of Cornwall to the southwest. You have the kingdom of Escavalon, which is what's his name? The questing beast guy. That family. Yeah,
Eleanor.
that whole family. Astrologes. Astrologus, like Eastern Logris. It's kind of where it comes from, right? This whole group over here. You got your Wessex Saxons in Kent, and then you got your Angles and Utes up north. You got your Malaha folks up here. You got the Duke of Lindsey just trying to like survive in green, and this whole area in the middle that I'm gonna paint in like, I don't know, I'm literally like out of colors, dark blue. Like this has just been bloodbath.com/murder.
Yeah.
As Camel Yard has sworn to Astrologus, but like Bettagrain won't swear to Lindsay, and Lindsay is kind of like holding out, and whether or not Lindsay's going to actually get taken is they're just kind of like holding out for sieges and stuff, and just basically just making Astrologus pay for every inch. Seagrass is continually raiding Astrologus from the south. Cornwall is just like marching through Somerset. Everything is real busy up here, right? Mm-hmm. You have all the Saxons literally converging on London. Slowly, inch by inch, Silchester is getting edged out on the west side of the map. And you guys are literally in this middle being like, this is fine. Everything's fine. These titanic struggles across Britain are happening, and you guys are in the eye of the storm.
Yep. Except, and so we're facing pink, right? Not red.
No, you're fighting teal.
What's teal?
Down there at Southports. And
yeah.
Light blue. Got
it. Acewin, our Saxon bro, is the prince of the red.
Of red, okay.
Kurdik and his dad are in Southports. They're in the Isle of Wight, Dorset,
so pink
and even Cowchester. They technically have the edge of Cowchester now, which is that. So down there.
Red is who we fought initially. Then Ayla lands pink, and he's the Brett Waldo.
Correct. So basically, teal and pink are allying.
I
guess I misheard. I thought Kurdik was Wessex.
In that case,
he is.
This
is Wessex.
I think Sussex is who we talk to, because
technically it's Cornwall, but these are anachronistic names. Okay, I don't know why they did this,
certainly.
But they're anachronistic. It's weird.
It's because Arthuriana is inherently anachronistic. So you follow me, Jim, right? Especially now because we know that pink and red, the Ayla's Saxons and and Sussex Saxons, they're the ones who fought over London. Well, fought over, kind of. Mm-hmm. They're not friends.
They split it.
Yeah.
They went halvesies.
I think if we pitch it to them as a matter of like depriving Ayla of dominion, depriving Ayla of chance to, like, if Ayla is pink and teal, then Saxons are in the middle, and we know how much that sucks. Mm-hmm. They taught us that.
Yeah.
And any pressure they put on Carisbrook in that area would help us. You know they're coming up the Avon River. Fuck.
Yeah.
Would you ally with the Saxons against other Saxons?
But that's
what's in it for them.
That's what I'm saying. Like what? Yeah.
Again, like the idea is we are telling them of an opportunity.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a fan of this. I'm just helping you work through some edge cases here.
But if they're asking for something material, tangible.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some treasure buried under my house.
So the thing, because you all have very high intrigue, and especially you, Colin, being with them, I'm giving you a little bit of an insight into how they would think and how this would work, which is why I'm entertaining this so much, right?
Yeah.
Basically, right now, they're in a position where Orpheus is losing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, he must be if
like he just doesn't have the men. He can't do it against both Saxons, right? And so every time he's like fighting two dogs, and so like anytime he like focuses one, the other one gets a little bit of an inch, right? Anytime he goes to the other one gets a little bit of an inch. Like he can't be everywhere. He just doesn't have the knights. So they are kind of in a good mood. They're like, we're just push in. That's fine. Like they don't,
right?
You know, I don't have a deadline. We're just gonna slowly take over farm by farm.
Yeah.
They are so like they are not as reckless as the Angles. The Angles are far more adversarial, or far more not colonial, imperial maybe is the right word, but like willing to like get in there and be like, no, I'm claiming this. This is
they want to assert a hegemony that Sussex so far has not been actively pursuing.
Yes. And if you remember, Sussex has actually kind of adopted some of like Cymric culture here. Like they're like, you know, in a couple hundred years, they actually will settle. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Very much so. Right. Like I want to, and I love introducing the differences between the Saxons here about why, like this is how they are, and they are very different.
Right. Cornwall doesn't give a shit about us. And I don't think Cornwall likes us.
No.
There's absolutely nothing to be gained for them helping us because they're fine.
Yeah, they can turtle up where they're at.
They can turtle up. Worst case scenario, we get our shit fucked and they just step in, right? That's always been the concern. It's not the first invasion that'll get you. It's the second, It's the second one. It's the jackals. After you've been wounded, it's the fucking hyenas coming for you.
Yeah. Look,
that's what's on my mind.
Other aside, that's literally every single fighter race in history, by the way. Sadly enough, every single fighter never goes into the furball, just hangs out to the side, just goes in and leaves. Like every single one of them, the stories actually aren't that amazing. They that's all they do in World War I. That's all they ever did. They're like, fuck that shit. I hate that's just yep, they just would always hide.
You're a sucker if you fight fair.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's also why they survived and were able to write memoirs. So
yeah, right. So my thoughts are
just wait.
Silchester can't help us. We'll fall soon.
I mean, maybe Statirius, right? Maybe Rydachin, but Rydachin's got its own problems right now, right? Like Rydachin
sounds like it.
Yeah, like right now, like I haven't really gone over it a lot, and while you were in Rydachin, I didn't really announce it too much, but like Statirius is sort of he's basically reestablishing order there for the Countess, right? Like even now it's still very tumultuous. The control over those lands is nowhere near the same as say Salisbury.
Right, but it's clearly not enough to save Silchester.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You saw this a little bit in Somerset and Cornwall as well. Like during the battle of St. Albans, right? Where you guys were where the big betrayal was and stuff like that, right? Like that killed the heir, that killed the current person, right? That huge secession crises. Now like you're dealing with like cousins and second cousins inheriting this shit. They're like, fuck you, dude. I don't care who you are. right? Like you're in that level of like the rungs of families of inheritance that it's just it's a free for all. That really, right? And that's what Radichin's been constantly fighting over. Like they're like 1 inch from just full civil war. If anything would happen to the Countess, it would certainly do that.
Yeah.
So we have 4 Kimrick counties nearby. We've got Somerset, Dorset, Hampshire, and Silchester. We know Silchester is the roughness. I'm imagining Hampshire is probably in a similar position.
Yeah, I imagine so, given their position.
Don't know how Dorset is. Somerset is probably getting pressure from Cornwall.
You fought a few years ago. That's where Gareth fought when he went mercenary.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they've got their own. I remember they have their own problem up there.
Yeah.
So really, Dorset's the only local help we could rely on. We got to find the third hand, right? If we're presented with 2 options, we got to find the third hand. And there's something.
Dorset's who you rated, by the way.
Yeah,
we rated. Yeah,
that were pretty organized.
They were pretty organized. Yeah. Okay. Here's a thought.
Hold on. No, I need to. Before you go down that, that's because this map is inaccurate. Dorset should be Cornwall. They expanded.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought they should be. They were dependency of Cornwall.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay, that changes. Yeah,
that changes things.
Somerset can still.
Somerset could. We can reach out to them. I would offer to them an agreement of like no rating. Be like, hey, if you help us for like, we will not raid your lands for 3 generations or some shit. You know. Not that many. It's like 30 years.
I want to remind you though. Syagrius owns Somerset.
Yeah.
I thought he was up past Rydichin.
Yes, but it's
still
his.
Down?
It's his holding. He still has it. But previously, he had Brune, Lanazar. He had all of Uther's coup major, like dominant holdings, right? And since then, he's been losing them one by one.
Right.
But this is his by far his most like vestigial holding.
Right? I would rather wear Saxon furs for the rest of my life than make a deal with him. So
yes,
yeah. So we're looking at Silchester, Rydichin, and Hampshire, who we have no idea for.
We can't offer a stick to Cornwall, but we may be able to offer a carrot. God, you think of how nice they would like it to block in our port.
Cornwall would love for you to bend the knee to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen either.
We're not really.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Right. Like they'd have this huge lump sticking out there that has no natural barriers.
You want to go to Astrologies?
That's a long way away.
And cut through all this dangerous territory, which they will have to then march through, leaving them exposed to Cornwall. Like,
once upon a time, when we went to Normandy, we brought some Irish with us.
Yes.
How does one go about finding some Irish for an army? Like, is this the question is like, was this a personal relationship that Maddox called on, or is this like a thing where you like, if you go to Ireland, be like, hey, need some mercenaries?
It's a different time, but historically, Pictish raiders are very much a thing at this time, especially on that side of the country. You guys are just well insulated. I think it's a reason why Greg Stafford picked Salisbury from all of this, is that they're like,
really good place.
Here's the eye of a storm of Britain that's actually happening, because everyone keeps invading from the shores. You're not on a shore, so
okay.
It's a really. I was thinking about it today. It's perfect sort of place to have your knights come from.
All your grandparents and like your fathers probably had a chance of rolling hatred of the Irish when they were being generated. It's because back in the past they were so prominently raiding. Back in the day. They'll come back, I think, in Arthurian period, but we're not there yet.
So the 1/3 hand is to get like, you're playing Apex and you get a third squad in, right?
Yeah.
That's one option as I see it.
Yeah.
The other is what I would consider the better but slightly more impossible option of like uniting Rydichin and Somerset and of the former Logress, right? Yeah. Trying to do what we know Arthur is going to do in like 20 years.
You don't
But
have the
now-
runway.
Yeah, we don't have the runway. We don't have the time, and we also don't have the leverage. We don't have anything to offer other than
Yeah.
Offer.
This war is in 4 months.
Yeah, it's right on our doorstep. My thought is this: we've never fought a battle in Silchester. Every battle we've fought has been elsewhere.
Yes.
We've never had our homes threatened.
You're fighting
Our
at
lives.
homes. Yes.
Yeah.
So actually the battle plans about Salisbury are going to probably consume you all
Okay.
more,
Yeah.
probably even more than being in like that was going to be the big trade-off here is
Is
that if you're going out
everyone-
for people, like that means they're not planning, and like that's
Right.
Gotta be
Is
hard.
everyone like, is the mood? I feel like we should finish the feast because
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Let's
God.
finish the feast. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, we got so excited
No,
though.
it's this.
Look,
is,
I love
we
this
started
shit.
playing Total War here.
Look, man, I love this shit.
This is a new mode of play though. Like we've always just
I
been like,
know.
oh, show up here and fight some dude. Now
know.
we're choosing the fight. And,
Erwin's passion for family is way higher than his loyalty.
Yeah,
and
you were
know what
fighting
this
at home.
means is I'm actually not going to do the intrigue about the letter. I suddenly don't give a shit about
Very-
Salisbury feuding. I could not give a shit. It could be-
Interesting. Yeah.
Nope. Not. I don't. I just want to get.
Sorry. Yeah. All of that discussion was inside Garrett's head in an instant, and then we go back
Yeah.
to the feast.
Yeah.
The eye of Agamotto opens, and he sees all million futures.
Let's see. Ooh, okay. Let's see. I've got Lady of the Night, courtesan, makes eyes at Erwin. Well dressed. Lady passes. Passes by and comments on your closing. Roll fashion, which is terrible. But
You do have +3, do?
You have +3 to it because you spent the money on it. It would make sense. It would make sense as well. They're complimenting you. Nice digs. In the
that does the geniality bonus apply to fashion in that case, or is it just the listed skills?
oh no, it should definitely count for sure.
Brings it up to 9.
Look, half
Everyone-
of clothes is your look on doing it. Like half the reason why Harry Styles looks so goddamn good in a dress because he's Harry Styles and just can like pose himself that way, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not just the badass clothes, it's how you carry yourself, which would be
Right.
for sure. I would let your geniality happen, right? It's catching you in
That
good
puts-
lighting. It's
if that
being
puts you
surrounded by people
over-
laughing.
That puts
Yeah.
you over a coin flip. I'd do it.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the
God, man.
Or you could cheat
This
on
game. I love this game. I love playing with you all so much. This is so much
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, so as long as it's not a fumble, then there's no if it doesn't pass, it just doesn't pass. It's either that or the other. The other's a help needed. A knight asks for your assistance, urgently needs to leave, asks you to entertain a lady relative. And then it randomly determines their relationship. This would give me a ton of geniality if it wasn't the last round. So I think I am going to go fashion. We'll see. We'll see
Okay.
what happens. All right. So
Well dressed.
where's my skills at? Fashion is Fashion is 1. I don't know why I thought it was 3. It's 1.
2, 3.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're rolling at a 6.
I'd be rolling at a 6.
Solid.
Okay. So if I spent 3 on the close,
Mhm.
3 geniality, so it's a 7. Yeah,
You can do
screw
it.
Screw it. Let's do it. It's like, yeah, thank you.
It's Garrett's cousin.
So it's
You
not a
mean-
disaster.
Okay. Yeah.
They just come by and like
Yes,
adjust
everyone's
your
like-
your tie.
You're like nice clothes. What? And you just like spill your wine on him. Oh,
This is
shit.
the first year he's ever spent money on.
My masala. Spilled.
Like, I'm part of the council now. I can't just show up in last year's duds.
I think. All right. I'm not gonna lie to you. The next time I run this game, because I'm gonna be running Pendragon for the rest of my life. I've
Right.
resolved to it. I might play it as well, but I'm definitely gonna run it again. I'm going to create like 3 or 4 like fashion people, like the Salisbury guy, the other guy, and like literally like rep kind of like the style brand interesting conflicts of clothes. I'm gonna do it.
There's so much
I'm
you
doing
can
that.
dig into, yeah.
I'm doing that. I'm like going hardcore into culture and horse breeding and shit. Like I just want to play that game so hard. Anyways, I'm play Volge.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Sorry.
Cool.
All right, so I get the one geniality regardless, but I do not get to check my fashion.
No.
Erwin is more taken off
Ooh.
guard than anything. So, thank
So
you.
mine.
Say when someone comes by.
I got a host card, so can ignore those two.
You can ignore the host. You can ignore the host card. As Lady Jenna isn't present,
But I want.
you can use it if you want to.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that the host is being
I'm
sick. It does negate the thing.
I'm invited to the high table.
Sure, because they're like Gareth, small council. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm not actually technically on the council. Okay, I guess I'll come up there.
Yeah, it's wait, I keep getting mixed up. Elad, it's Sir Elad. Sir Amig is the other guy.
Yeah, Amic's the one we don't like.
Almost the one we don't like, who's got Ford in his back pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elad though we do like.
Yep. Elad's the one.
Elad looks like Jim Raynor's dad.
He looks like Jeremy Irons.
He does. Jeremy Irons would definitely play this guy.
Yep. We've got Sir Lycus is definitely Patrick Stewart.
Definitely,
Yeah.
but like
Sir Amig is Tarkin.
mhm.
Patrick Stewart reprising his role as Gurney Halleck.
Love it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I'd go up to the high table, kind of like I'm guessing,
Yeah.
like, hey,
Hey.
I done good work before. I'll
We
do
need
it
to-
again. I'll do it again. You know, hey,
Look, you didn't.
to me.
Cool. All right. So then we're gonna merge to the discussions here about what's gonna happen with the rest of the fate of Salisbury. Calculate y'all's geniality, which gets converted into glory.
Yeah.
60 for Gareth.
Not a
50
bad.
for me.
Not a
and
bad.
40 for you, Erwin.
50. I'm missing the last card that he played.
Oh, check. Got it. Okay.
50.
504. Boom, boom, boom. East, east. Boom, boom, boom.
Nice work, gentlemen. All right. So
All right. Back to Total War.
back to Total War. And what are we going to do? Do you want to look at a map of Vulgaris instead about possibly defenses where you want to pick your battle? Or should we talk about allies still?
Let's start with allies.
Okay.
Because if we can't get anyone, then that's going to change the timber of discussing where we're going to fight.
Bishop Roger, Joe Rogan. Yes. Unfortunately. But yes. No, he's Tinger. Let's be real. Joe Rogan is absolutely Tinger. All right.
All right. Yeah, where would we? I mean, Ambrosius's Dyke could help, but that's that's like the northern edge
No.
of Salisbury. They'd have overrun the entire plain.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you're almost guaranteed they're coming up the Avon River. Like
yeah,
they're
they're
going.
coming up the river.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless we force them not to.
Yeah, you could force
Damn
them to
the
go
river.
inland.
Damn the river. At
Right?
the very least, it wouldn't be as.
You could force them to
Easy for them.
dismount where they're dismounting and attack them from there.
Yeah.
That's historically what Paris used to do on the occasions they remembered to do so before the Danes arrived.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah, but Parisians love blockading their own streets, though. That's a pastime.
Let's see.
Barricades,
Okay.
man. No one builds barricades like Parisians.
That's the reason why they ripped them all out.
Yeah.
Full of
Damn Napoleon III.
fucking sack of potatoes.
It's the reason why
Um,
Champagne has to be from Champagne. He's like did a bunch of wine shit. Redrew up Paris. What a jerk.
History's farce. Yeah, they would come up the Avon. Although, Antone, where's Hantone at? Or Hanton?
Hampton
There.
is in Hampshire, right? It's in the
Yeah.
same as Camelot, I think. Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
or
Uh,
Chester.
Sergester Fun fact: Sturgister is the old city where you guys actually went down to the mainland. That was the big port where you all left.
Mm-hmm.
That place has been overrun and taken by the Wessex. These
I
guys.
see
So
that.
Teal is Wessex because technically they are the West Saxons.
Yeah.
Which is why
Yeah.
that's why
yeah.
they're and technically it's Sussex. I don't South Essex. Okay, whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, I can take you to a better map. The more
Yeah, maybe
map
something
or-
that's a bit more.
I mean, the hex map.
Do that. Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't label the rivers.
mercenaries. Remember the terribly high cost of them.
Yep.
But
Sir Brastius' men could be hired.
yeah, here's the thing: one person paying that amount, not really feasible. But like, if we treat it like tribute, where everyone in Salisbury ponies up, except instead of tribute, it's mercenary money.
Mhm.
I think we got to do that. Regardless of what other allies we get, I think that will help with our numbers at the very least.
Yeah.
Do we have
Mechanically, it would behave just like tribute, where your lifestyle would be decreased by one. You're immune to that, Colin, because of that card.
Yeah, that's definitely didn't factor in.
I mean, if they're coming up Avon, that's the one they'd hit Bodenham.
I was going to make
first.
you do some rolls to see
Right.
if that's the way we're going to do it. I was going to say then definitely confirm like this is your rider sending out first thing to see if they're available.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got odd stock down there, so
Um,
that's
Oddstock,
fucked.
Yeah, but there's no
Odd stock's
like,
definitely fucked.
There's no
Chalk.
real natural barrier between there and them. There's
Sir
no
Myth's okay.
fortress.
No fortress. Here's the thing.
I mean, Ebel,
it is
Not
an,
like our odds.
it is an army. Part of me,
What?
if we fuck up the Avon up near Fault and Bodenham and stuff, they really only have the option to go west and to Bishopstone, right?
Mhm.
And we like that because we have a fortress at Ebel.
Yeah.
The only
That's,
other option is to dismount and march along the river, and that we don't mind either, because eventually the only
It's
crossing is up at Ford, and they will have to essentially put Duplain behind them.
Yeah. Would.
And if that's the case, right, what we would do is have a sizable force at Duplain, and then the rest basically in Sarum. And if they get to the Ford crossing, we fight them there and try and squish them.
Yeah. I would something that you two would plainly see doing this though is that puts all of your manors at huge risk, because
That's why we have the Confederation.
if the Confederation is not going to be strong enough to stand against an entire army of the Saxons.
No. But what I'm saying is when Sarum comes out to Ford, we're coming down the river and Duplain's marching west.
Make a battle test right now, because I will give you some insights about the Saxons,
I'm
how they
curious
will
what
attack.
The rest of the council thinks.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is Gareth sort of like.
Yeah, this is Garrett's stake.
Oh, come on. The one time I need it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So this is where, Erwin, you have a huge disagreement with Gareth about how they will attack. The Saxons, they will not go straight to Sarum. They don't have to.
They don't have to.
They will raid. They're good at living off supplies, and they think studying the way y'all fight, you're gonna go just basically gonna say, fuck, like middle fingers to all the manors, gonna go hide in Sarum, and they're like, cool, well, and we're just gonna take all the rest of the land.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna starve you out, right?
It's just a wide open plain where our
yeah, like your manors are completely defenseless, and like they're gonna go there, and like in order to attack Sarum, they need to go attack your manors first to get supplies and stuff anyways.
They want us to all sit in
like they need to dig in.
Kill themselves with the disease.
Yeah, like in order to formally take Sarum, they're going to need supplies for a siege, and traditionally that means the countryside. And guess
Right,
where
yeah,
your
no.
manors are.
All of our
That
manors.
puts so any sort of defensive Sarm sacrifices, especially that approach up Avon, would sacrifice your manors.
Yeah, it's sort of our unarmored underbelly.
Yeah.
The way they're coming from. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
don't-
traditionally, it's not really like a big attacking route for you all. So, like, yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's what
yeah.
Hampton and the others are supposed to cover. I don't like any of these options, and that this is all contingent on us having any kind of allies. Whereas we know they are
Well-
on our doorstep, and if they're bringing people from Anglia, then they might also be ready to hit us from the north too.
Yeah, and like,
Right.
obviously, like Sir Elad and folks and Ameg, like, you know, when you're deciding on where you want to pick the battle, they're all, you know, quietly suggesting places where the battle shouldn't be on their territory. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, it would be just as tactical to force to completely bird. You know, if we block the Avon further south, they'll be forced to travel by foot, go past Ebel, and they'll fight, and we'll fight them either there or around around the Adar River. We'll cut them off right at a passing there. Right, and then Ebel's like, and Sir Jaren's like, wait a minute though. What if we let them march to the right? You know, and like, what if we fought them in the fields around between Duplain and the Confederacy or the Confederation of the Born?
So the council, without
right?
Lady Jenna, is divided. Like they're all trying to. They're
Doing
all just got their
exactly
own
what we
plan.
thought they would.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like honestly,
Sir
Erwin
Elad's
is
trying to
right.
be like, God damn it! Like, we have to fight them somewhere. You know.
Do we have to?
And no, what do you mean?
Do we have to fight them? All of our manors will be at risk. All of our lands, all of our families. For what? So that the next year they can come again? The Cornwall can take us? That we
You
be
would-
raided by Syagrius?
You would resist Silchester harder than you would the Saxons.
A different man than we were.
You have more to lose, Erwin. We all do.
The Saxon yoke is heavy, but is it heavier than our deaths? The deaths of our family and the ruination of our houses? We would live. We've paid them tribute already.
Sir Elad slams his hand on the table, thank the Lord that Lady Jenna is sick and not here to hear you talk about this defeatism. We will crush them, and we'll crush any other contenders. For Salisbury's greatest strength is our resolve. Don't you dare forget that again, Sir Erwin.
One's gonna brood.
Yeah, for sure. Another
Yeah, it's-
so
looking at
Jared,
his-
knock it
looking
off
at
with
his
them negative
passion.
waves.
Right. Looking at just Erwin's passions are like anything that threatens his family and his his life he has there is like
Protect.
the first thing.
And I've got honor 19. Like,
right, yeah.
A
Yeah.
coward, yeah, like, you know, the coward dies 1,000 times.
Hmm.
We will give them one good battle.
Yes,
We just have to decide on where it should be. Normally, the Earl was so damn good at this. And it won't work unless we all work together.
So Elad
Or we will
is
fall
obviously-
divided.
Elad's ready to fight. If
Yeah,
everybody-
absolutely. Like, he's not going to let fucking
Sure, he's a
Saxons
marshal.
raid this
He's a
land.
marshal.
Yeah, like, this is what he was made to do. Yeah.
has
Yeah.
to be near Laverstock. If we dam the river, right, and they need supplies, Bodenham, Oddstock, Bishopstone, that's only 3. They need to come up the river and take the Confederation of the Bourne. 11 or 12 manors will swell their supplies in the manner they need. We need to stop them before they get those supplies.
Who's to say they'll fight?
We can't. But I caution to not fight them against the river. They were a wolf with no place to turn. If you recall in 470, like, you know, the battle, blah, 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 you know, like, the men that basically, like,
Give them a way
it's a double, you have to give
Right.
people a way out or the fights get real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like it rolls around.
That's why I didn't say Clarendon.
Yeah, okay.
Right. I don't want to trap them in that cul-de-sac. I want to put our flank on the river and their flank on the river.
Yeah.
My manor in between.
That is.
Yeah, like what's preventing them from just splitting up as soon as they get through Camelot Forest? Like
That's in character. What's stopping them from splitting
like,
up?
That's how they fight, right?
But
like
where to? If they're splitting up, they're going somewhere. And what I'm saying is, if we consider these manors the points of interest for a raiding party, we need to hit them before they get a multiplicity of targets. And so anything below Laverstock, there's only like 4 options for them. And that's not enough. That's not going to be enough. So they need to get north of Laverstock to be able to gather sufficient supplies. That is my argument. And have the kind of target-rich environment they need.
The alternative is that, and the big risk is that, and that you're going to constantly require scouts on, is whether or not they pursue straight up Avon. If they ever disembark and cross, then that does open up.
Yeah, what's to prevent them from looping around those hills and heading up?
And frankly, no one here really knows how they're going to fight that well.
Yeah.
They know that they're going to fight smart, but you don't know what's driving them. Like, look, if we can catch the prince,
they will seek one battle.
Yeah, that prince. Yeah, this will be a decisive battle for their family as well. They will be looking for a tactical victory. I doubt they will split their forces. They need to prove themselves that they have their proper king, whatever that's worth.
If we cannot be sure where they will fight, then we need to make them fight a certain place.
Thank you. That's what it's been. Someone at Sir like, that's what I've been saying. We should fight outside Duplan. And that's Sir Ameg's like, hold on, no, we should be fighting closer to Ebel.
What if
clearly more defensive?
What if we somehow got them to believe that a great deal of treasure or supplies were being moved to Duplan? If we made the impression that we were trying to get the valuables of Salisbury, out of their reach, might that not tempt a hungry Saxon, wishing for glory and to deprive us of our treasure and our supplies?
Lane, closer to the Sussex?
A trap.
I secretly, like, Erwin is starting to consider that Prince Kenrick is like, this was the whole reason that you show up and announce. Like, he might have been annoyed. He didn't know if he intended to do this, but like, by announcing that this is going to happen, we're all divided.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to save their own castle, their own holdings, rather than just show up and attack, in which case we're like, oh shit, we've got to defend ourselves. Now we have, it's coming. Everybody's panicking.
Yeah.
Man, this is like being in a sinking ship with a bunch of people.
And
there's a strong rap on the council door.
Yeah.
Bishop Roger comes in. Lady Jenna's passed away.
Fuck. Who next is even in line?
The Seneschal.
Ooh.
His half brother. The Earl's half brother. He was the guy who was looking over the while Lady Jenna was being raised, and you had the sister of Duke Ulfius here too.
Mm-hmm.
I forget his name offhand, but it's that guy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the Earl's half brother. That's why he wasn't fit to inherit. Rufus.
Yeah.
Rufus Wainwright.
Do we even know this guy? Like, what are his bona fides? Fuck.
No, he's been hostile to us before.
Yeah, he's been hostile. He's been hostile. He was thinking he had a failed plot to like try to like win, that you guys kind of killed in its infancy. Mm-hmm. But technically, yeah, he would be the most suitable. But as I was kind of foreshadowing it earlier, at this point, kind of anyone can take it.
Yeah. Like, Erwin is contemplating the unthinkable.
Yeah, you all should be. This is the point of the Crusader Kings map, where like this solid blue of Salisbury just turns into a quilt.
Right, just turns into a quilt. Everybody finds himself.
Yeah. I literally rolled that last night.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that. That's
Yeah, neither was I, dude. I literally was. I was off. I wasn't even streaming it when I was doing it. I'm just gonna quickly fucking roll up the year right now and upload it as a recording, and then I rolled that shit. And I was like, well, no one's gonna believe this, so I just started streaming and showing the numbers. It's like, yeah, this is huge.
Yeah,
this is some real anarchy shit.
it is some real anarchy shit.
Time to fabricate a claim.
Yeah, Irwin's considering
Got
what he would
Tathan.
have to do.
Tathan would be a great resource for fabricating claims.
Yeah, I sure would. So would.
Yeah, so right now, in terms of authority, besides everyone's regional, your classic hegemonies, the Confederation, Duplan, Ebel, by far the strongest source of unity in the country is going to be the church.
Yep, they just got the absolute upper hand for the next 10 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they have the authority to say who actually rules.
Right.
I mean, it's a precarious relationship, but
we
yes.
need them.
Know who doesn't know this? Know who doesn't know anything about this yet? Lord Satirius.
Yeah, and he's not gonna until his battle's done. We'll
All
fucking
right.
weekend at Bernie's this shit if we have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if Satirius shows up.
You're gonna, I think it's unreasonable. Sorry to cut you off, Jim.
I was just gonna say, looking at this, Irwin's got a couple of manors to his name. Doesn't have a title. Doesn't have like his honor as a Salisbury knight is at stake, but not I don't know that that's more important to him than his life and the life of his family. And so I think from where I'm sitting, it's not so much could we make it out of this with anything intact? It's we're just gonna have to eat some shit. And I would rather have it served up on a platter than thrown in my face. Yeah, but it doesn't sound like anybody else feels that way.
Well,
I think the news that just came through the door might have changed some minds.
Yeah.
saber rattling is down 30%.
Yeah.
Saber rattling stocks are down.
Yeah. Just look at everybody. The other thing I'm thinking of is if everybody's this divided, then can we really trust even our neighbors? It's Duplain and Ebel and Vagon, they all, you know what I mean? What if one of them turns?
One of them could easily be bought.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether through actual money or protection or power or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're rats on a... all of a sudden, you feel like rats on a sinking ship.
Yeah. And then, Manor's Pitton and Ford, they're protected by those castellans.
We are, yeah.
This is in Sea of Thieves when your galleon's been hulled and the first hold is filled with water and you're the only one bailing and everyone else is just jump off the ship. You're no, if you just started patching, we could actually save the ship.
Yeah.
Mm.
Spoon points it out very succinctly, very aptly. The bonds holding all the pieces of Salisbury now have just snapped with Lady Jenna's passing.
Yeah, they're all,
Okay.
So, yeah, you have some months to decide.
4 months to decide. Gareth doesn't do half measures. Gareth is all in defending Salisbury. It's got to be.
Mm-mm.
It's because it's not just his loyalty lord isn't spectacular. It comes down to honor, right? His sense of duty to this.
What I would say at this point, tactically, mercenaries are no longer a reliable option. Mercenaries will just as well be like, actually, the Saxons paid me more,
Right, yeah.
and I get the castle.
If if we're this weak, if we have this little, and we can't even promise any resource, we're just like hoping somebody would come. Then it's like we're literally announcing to anyone we go to that
you are afraid. Yeah. Afterwards. Oh yeah, you are done. You're done.
This is why I think just accepting their offer and being like, sure, like,
I know
we will live.
Yeah, you will.
We will fight another day. They're not gonna be here forever.
You'll just bend the knee to the prince.
Yeah.
Right. And the king.
The thing that stops Gareth in all this, right? The reason that he's unwilling to take that step is because if he swears himself, if he bends the knee, he's bent the knee. He can't go back on that when a better Cymric king shows up, and then he would be in his own mind, and he'd be on the wrong side as a matter of convenience. And that's the part that Gareth sees, and he might say that he might say like, look, I understand that taking this deal, bending the knee now is a matter of survival, but what comes next, right? You say that they're going to be gone eventually. Who's going to kick them out? A Cymric king? And then we're the assholes who were allied with the Saxons the entire time.
It's better than being dead. Bullshit, someone else says. Yeah.
Better than being dead. Like, I'm thinking of it like Nesta's family. That's sort of their situation there. Like, we've known people who have been in this situation in the past and their families, and they've regained their honor.
Be damned to see the clutches of eggs from the Vertigan stock come here and claim and take hold of Salisbury.
I want to raid him in 3 months. Like that. My instinct is, it's like, just make them think twice. They think that they can steamroll us, and as soon as we start thinking they can. That's where Gareth's head is. And if it's true that they can steamroll us, all we need is to briefly put doubt in their brain.
You don't have the time to do that.
You know the time.
Look,
they'll just come back next year.
When somebody announces they're going to war with you, they've already started that process. You know what I mean? They've already started. Ready. They're already doing it. It still takes months to mobilize people. Like, let's be real, right? It still takes a long ass time to actually get everyone together, right? But
they've only feasted here for the last 5 years. They know us. I don't know anything about them. Yeah.
So,
not like Erwin has any power to be like, we should just.
Gareth is not going to bend the knee without at least one fight.
Yeah.
That's,
well,
without a fight.
Frankly, the Saxons won't accept. They'll punish you if you don't give them a fight, but also denied them at the feast. You know what I mean? That's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For not even making up your mind and basically insulting me at the feast and then coming back anyways once you realize it's just really not a good look at all.
Right. Yeah. It does. That is too subservient.
Yeah.
I agree.
And Gareth is going to pivot now and make the argument. If you're intent on bending the knee, then you still need to prove your worth, and you can bend the knee on your own terms. And you'll be able to set those terms on a pile of dead Saxons if we play our hand right.
Yeah. I don't think, Erwin's not saying
your war goal is not be annihilated.
Not be annihilated,
yeah. All right. That's you're suing for a gentle loss.
And I think we can do that at Laverstock.
Yeah.
I think we can set that up. Right.
Make him pay for it.
We can dangle a carrot.
Yeah.
God.
You have to convince Sir Jaren to fight it there, because Sir Jaren's land's going to eat it, but that's not hard to do.
At Ebel?
I mean, no, you're going to be fighting at Laverstock, but the obvious blowback to that is going to be largely around Sir Jaren's domain.
Bodenham, Hodstock, Bishopston.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, hey man, I'm wagering up 2 of my fucking manors.
Yeah, certainly. And we can always pull some Fabian tactics down that way, just they can't have it. We're just going to burn the fields and take what we need, burn the fields.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to suggest. And actually, that might be how we get them to go north. We burn Oddstock. We burn
There's nothing to eat between
Kumbasset.
here and there.
Yeah. If their scouts say the only place that has food is Laverstock, they head to Laverstock.
Because Wilton's a walled city, yeah.
Wilton's a walled city. Neville's a castle. Just generally, that southern approach is not a good one. There's a lot of rough terrain and Frenchmen's.
The other side of this would be the more you deny them, though, the more resolve they get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. It's always a thing about attackers. And this is something we don't really talk too much about sieges, but like, there's a reason why you raid and ransack in a siege. It's because you're forced me to siege. If you'd have just surrendered, you probably could get good terms and go. But when you don't do that, that means it's fair game. We get to roll heads, and we get to rob you if do whatever you want to you. Yeah. That's the price for sieging, for putting up a defense instead of auto surrendering. And so the more you put up a defense, the ramifications of that
it's going to be
could be much worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Token defense. Where is like
suing
Sarum
for
is not a place we want anyone to be.
No, we don't.
Like after this council, Erwin's gonna be like, all right, kids, we're leaving.
Yeah.
It's not gonna have any of his kids in Sarum after this.
So it'd be the battle of Laverstock next session.
Yep. Yeah. Send him up to Till's Head. That's the place to be.
Yeah.
This would be the first time you're fighting alongside your son.
Yeah.
For literally your life.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Even.
What a game.
What a game.
What a game.
Told you, very, very chill year. Very quiet.
Sure.
This year.
I am fucking hopped up right now.
I'm happy. I'm thrilled. I'm elated to have that, to give you that.
No, what's another level, another devil. We just got the fucking Confederation together. And now it's a goddamn Saxon invasion.
Yeah, and you turn around and being like, cool, let's investigate who's trying to undermine you. And then all of a sudden, Lady Jenna passes away. King Karadik is seizing.
That family line is almost gone.
Yeah, Lady Jenna dying was the big one. It's like, oh,
that's
like,
yeah.
That's a paradigm shift right there.
It is.
Now there's a before and after.
Yep.
Like, it's almost like there is no Salisbury.
Yeah, I mean, Salisbury for as long as it could be was in the Earl's family, right?
Yeah,
and that's it. Technically, still is right now, but
what family?
To any ambitious person,
just
they could
the doors are wide open.
Right. There's a reason why he's a seneschal and not ruler. Blah blah blah. Right. Yeah. So. Yikes.
I feel like I just saw the black dog, for Gareth. I don't know if he makes that out of this one. I think Battle of Laverstock might be it. How many more times can he survive these kinds of things? And at this point, knowing what the future likely holds for Salisbury, maybe he wants to go out hoping that he's saved the land once again.
Yeah. That'd be
I'm
to go. Like if you're gonna fight them, better to die there.
Yeah. Yep.
So I feel like we just started. It's what? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like literally 6. Like,
yeah.
Because just the role playing and discussing, the strategizing, and the feasting. I love it. Like, I love this game. It's so good. All right, I knew you all would enjoy this.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
But,
good.
My notes though were pretty thin because I genuinely did not know how you were going to do it, but I was so elated to like present the situation as I could and see what's going to come from it. Yeah. So it started with lightning, but it ended with a bombshell. So, good luck.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have a lot of fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
This will be a proper battle, by the way. So we're going to be using Book of Battle rules. So if you want to look that up again.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Okay. We're just in charge. We'll just be in charge
Yeah.
of squadrons. Yeah.
Thinking out loud, I might want to present you with an array of tactical things, and it might be fun to have you all kind of like do a couple like choices here of like, do you block the Avon at this point? Doing so, roll battle with awareness. If so, then they do this thing event after, right? And making some choices, and then that influences the actual battle outcomes. Basically, representing your expertise, your defense in depth kind of stuff.
Right. How does
That might be fun to prep.
How did Sir Elid, like, what's his? Has he been tested in a battle? Like, I know Lycus was.
Yeah.
I can't recall if Elid's ever actually led us in battle.
No. Wait. Yeah. He led you in battle at St. Albans.
Okay. All right.
So he was still there.
He was also at
Okay,
Lindsay.
that's right.
Spoon points
Lindsay.
out.
Battle. I keep saying St. Albans, Lindsay. Yeah.
Lindsay. Okay.
Lindsay was the big battle, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was the big
I
one.
missed
St. Albans was a middle battle.
Right. Yeah. St.
Yeah,
Albans was.
Dora was
I mean,
wounded,
the
yeah.
gatehouse was kind of.
Yeah.
One, but that was different.
That's a different dude. Yeah. So yeah, he's been there, but
okay.
largely, yeah.
That was like 9 years ago.
Yes.
Or like that was St. Albans. Like Lindsay was
Oh, there's no effect.
longer than that.
Right. Jabba's asking about evacuations. No, there's no evacuations.
Yeah. Where to? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Silchester,
literally 20 years
left
ago.
Camegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wouldn't like. What's the measure of Elid? Like, is he up for the challenge, or is he just?
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
No, 100%. Like he is of the stock of being that old. Is that he does he remembers Vertigern way more than you all, right? Like
yeah.
this is some real shit to him.
Yeah. That's. I mean, as long as we're led by somebody competent, that'd be. It'd be worse if he was just a bunkler.
But deep down, he feels like Gareth, though. He thinks this is it. He thinks this is that he's going to die. He thinks that Sarm's going to fall. He probably in his heart of hearts, he knows Sarm's probably going to fall, but he's going to die and make them pay for every fucking inch of it.
Yeah. But this is where Erwin's love of wife and family have put him at odds with his vows of knighthood, because as a knight, he's already dead. The minute he swears his oath, his life is not his. But he's got himself something different and something that he wouldn't want to throw his life away from.
Right.
That's why he had failed. That's why he left the Battle of St. Albans, if I recall.
Oh yeah, and for sure right now, also like in terms of the political state with what are uncertainties, pretty much everybody has kind of said like quick pax until we figure everything else out right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're like mutual defense right now. We'll deal about the other shit later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
we'll deal with the estate affairs later.
Yeah, the Confederation of the Born is there to like stop raiders.
Yeah,
and this is way more than they can.
No,
and I don't even think it'd be proper to even call on them, because we have no authority to.
No, this would be the Earl. This would be the lady, right? This would be their job. This is when you summon your vassals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You for their service.
Show up with our 5 to 6, or however many, and then whatever vassals we have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have between us 6 manors.
Mm-hmm.
7. I have 5 odd stock, louder stock, wonderful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 7. Each of those manors has like 3 or 5 household knights,
plus the man at arms
plus the man at arms
that we have.
And if there's a time to call up levies,
yes, you will be levies. Yes.
Yeah,
everybody fights.
It's another 3d20 or something for each manor.
Yeah, but your levy. Yeah, but like your levies
their
aren't
job
going
is to stand behind the spikes and hold the sharp stick and close their eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The werewolf has to count for at least 1.8 nights.
Yeah.
Only if it's a full moon. Yeah, y'all remember that? Remember there's a werewolf?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. You remember that?
Despite everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah. A lot of stuff. A lot
A
to
lot
do.
of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
The wolf,
Okay.
yeah. The wolf prowling around is not just a metaphor, but
No.
literally the Saxons. So, foreshadowing. Just kidding. It just so happened to work out that way. But
That's
you can't
awesome.
tell. Man, you all, this is good stuff. Thanks for hanging
This is
out.
rough. This is good stuff.
But it is
Man.
rough.
I'm here for it. I'm
Um,
here for it.
If you two ever want to, like, our Twitter thread is open for DMs for y'all tactics and stuff. If you have any clarifying questions that you want to do beforehand. But in the meantime, I like to give you all some sort of like couple choices about some stuff that I'll set up again. Maybe a couple like little like choose your own tests, that like forking kind of narrative stuff for the decisions before the battle.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it.
That's it.
All right.
You're
That's
504, everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah. Colin.
Hmm.
Outros.
Hi, I'm Colin, Mr. Cool Guy, and I do RPGs and RPG adjacent stuff. You can find my work on the phantomrollbooth.itch.io. My handsome partner just wrote Whamageddon. It's a last Christmas survival game. Trying to avoid the Wham song, Last Christmas. You can also find me at Colin Like I See on Twitter. I shitpost there a lot. And I have a blog, The Admixture of Other Means. Drop a link in chat. It now has a widget so you can follow it with your email or not your email. So I'm slowly learning technology. It's great. That's me. What's up?
Love that Wham song. Yeah, I am Jim of WebDM. You can catch us on YouTube, our main channel WebDM, and then of course WebDM Plays, where our actual play footage is archived. I'm also on Tuesday nights on our Twitch channel playing the Dark Eye. I play the most bland, just a fighter that fights things kind of guy, Ryan. And we also have a podcast, WebDM Talks. So if you want some WebDM, we're all over the place. Come check us out.
Oh yeah. And there's me. You can catch me playing D&D, Jesse Cox's channel. You can catch me playing Battletech. The Vendo Steel Season 2 has just opened up on YouTube. And so if you want more of that mech plus Pendragon, that's your game. And then of course we got my Mondays. Y'all are my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna mince words here. This is super fun. I'm so honored to have such a great group and such a great set of like fans to just gush about this game with. It's so, I've never had anything like it. Like I've played a million games, but I don't. This has truly been a unique experience for me, and this has been very fun. And you all make it so worth it. So appreciate you all. All right, that's it. I'm out. We're out. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.
All right.